Did you know that before the 911 emergency number was established, there was no standard number for people in the US to call in case of an emergency? In those days, panicked individuals had to dial the full phone number for the police or fire department. Picture yourself in a dire situation, scrambling to remember a long string of digits, with every second counting. The pitfalls of this system were numerous, leading to delays and inefficiencies. Imagine the stress of trying to remember a full phone number during a crisis. The 911 emergency number was born out of necessity and a push for efficiency. Back in the day, dialing for help wasn't as simple as it is now. The concept of a universal emergency number was still a distant dream. People had to dial different numbers for fire, police, and medical emergencies, which often led to confusion and delay in response times. In the late 50s, the situation was ripe for change. The National Association of Fire Chiefs saw the need for a single, easy-to-remember emergency number. They recommended this idea in 1957, understanding that in times of panic, simplicity could save lives. However, it took another decade before the concept of a single emergency number began to take shape. The Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, took on the task of implementing this novel idea. They sought the help of AT&T, the telecommunication giant of the time, to figure out what this universal number should be. The year was 1968, and the FCC and AT&T had a decision to make. They needed a number that was short, easy to recall, and most importantly, one that hadn't been previously assigned as an area code or service code. After much deliberation, the number 911 was chosen. It was announced as the emergency code for the United States, marking a significant milestone in emergency response history. The number was perfect. It was simple, quick to dial, and easy to remember, even in the most stressful situations. This decision didn't just streamline emergency services, it transformed them, making it faster for help to reach those in need. It ensured that no matter who you were or what situation you found yourself in, there was one number you could always turn to for help. And thus, 911 was etched into the minds and hearts of Americans as the number to dial in times of crisis. Today, it stands as a symbol of immediate help and rapid response, a lifeline that has saved countless lives since its inception. The first 911 call is an interesting tale in itself. Picture this. It's February 16, 1968, in Haleyville, Alabama. The man on the line is none other than the Alabama Speaker of the House, Rankin Fite. He's not in any danger, but he's making a call that will change the face of emergency services forever. From the Haleyville City Hall, Fite dials the newly established emergency number, 911. On the other end of the line, waiting at the city's police station, is U.S. Representative Tom Bevel. The call wasn't about a fire, a burglary, or a medical emergency. Instead, it was a test, a demonstration of a new system that was about to revolutionize the way we respond to crises. This call was the culmination of years of planning and discussion. The idea of a universal emergency number had been floating around since the early 60s. But it wasn't until 1968 that the Federal Communications Commission partnered with AT&T to establish the number we all know today, 911. And the first place to implement this new system? Haleyville, Alabama. Now, why 911? Why not 111 or 999 or any other three-digit number? The answer lies in practicality. In the rotary dial telephones common at the time, 911 was a number that was easy to find and hard to dial accidentally. But let's go back to our initial scene. Fite and Bevel weren't just making a phone call, they were making history. The first 911 call wasn't about an emergency, but it represented a promise, a commitment to faster and more effective emergency response. This was a call that signified a new era, an era where help was just 3 digits away. And so, in a quiet corner of Alabama, with a simple phone call, a new chapter in public safety began. This pivotal moment underscored the importance of having a single universal number for emergencies, paving the way for countless lives to be saved in the years to come. With that call, a new era of emergency response was ushered in. Over the years, the 911 system has continually evolved to better serve the public during emergencies. This statement rings true as we delve into the development and progression of this essential service. In the early days, when you dialed 911, you were connected to a dispatcher who would ask where you were and what your emergency was. But as technology advanced, so did the 911 system. One of the first significant enhancements came in the form of Enhanced 911, or E911. Born out of necessity, E911 was a response to the growing popularity of mobile phones in the late 90s. When you dialed 911 from a landline, the dispatcher could instantly see your location. But with a mobile phone, not so much. This was a problem, particularly in emergency situations where the caller was unable to communicate their location. Enter E911. This system upgrade enabled dispatchers to see the caller's location even if they were calling from a mobile phone. It was a game changer in emergency response, significantly reducing response times and potentially saving lives. But as we know, technology doesn't stand still, and neither does the 911 system. As we moved into the 21st century, the next big leap came in the form of Next Generation 911, or NG 911. This upgrade was not just about improving the existing voice call system, it was about completely revolutionizing it. Imagine being able to send a text message to 911, or even share photos and videos directly with the dispatcher. This is what NG 911 promises. It's about embracing the digital age and leveraging the power of data to improve emergency response. NG 911 is still being rolled out across the United States, but where it's operational, it's already making a significant difference. The ability to send text messages to 911 has proven particularly useful for those who are deaf, hard of hearing, or speech impaired. It's also been a critical tool in situations where speaking out loud could put the caller in danger. And the potential of sharing real-time images and videos with dispatchers? That's a game changer. It could provide critical information that helps responders better prepare for the situation they're walking into. But it's not just about the technology. The evolution of the 911 system also encompasses training, procedures, and protocols. Dispatchers today are highly trained professionals who must navigate high-pressure situations with calm and precision. They're the first link in the emergency response chain, and their role is crucial. As we look to the future, it's clear that the 911 system will continue to adapt and evolve. Whether it's leveraging artificial intelligence to improve response times or integrating new communication technologies, the goal remains the same: to provide the best possible service in times of crisis. The 911 emergency number has come a long way since its inception and continues to adapt with the times, and that's something we can all be grateful for. So there you have it, the intriguing history of the 911 emergency number. It's quite a journey we've taken, isn't it? A journey that starts in a time when there was no unified emergency number, a time when, in the event of a crisis, one had to dial the direct line to the police, fire department, or hospital, which could be a daunting task in a panic situation. Then came the groundbreaking year of 1968. This was the year when the three-digit number, 911, was established as the national emergency number for the United States. It was the Federal Communications Commission, with the assistance of AT&T, that made the decision to create a simple, easy-to-remember number that could be dialed in times of emergency. A decision that has, undoubtedly, saved countless lives since. We also delved into the story of the first ever 911 call, a historical event that took place in the small town of Haleyville, Alabama in February of 1968. The caller was none other than the Alabama Speaker of the House, Rankin Fight, and the receiver, Congressman Tom Bevel. This marked the beginning of a new era of emergency communication. Of course, we can't forget the evolution of the 911 system. It's fascinating to see how the system has transformed over the years, adapting to the technological advancements of the times. From the initial push-button phones to the rotary dial, and then to the touchscreen smartphones we use today, the 911 system has continually evolved to ensure it remains efficient and effective. It's not just about calling anymore. Today, one can send a text to 911 in many parts of the US, a feature that's especially helpful for the hearing or speech impaired. As you can see, the history of the 911 emergency number is filled with fascinating facts and pivotal moments. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the constant pursuit to make the world a safer place. It's a story that's both intriguing and inspiring, and we're glad to have shared it with you. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for more captivating historical tidbits on Cool Facts TV.